My third guy plays some games.
Alright, y'all. Hi, Weather Guy here. We are back with some more of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles, continuing Twisted Karma, Last Vow, and we are about to meet Gory, Dr. Gory, who is Dr. Scythe's daughter. We met her briefly earlier, and she seems like she might be even more twisted than Dr. Scythe, so I don't know, let's get, this place is absolutely horrifying now. Holy hell. This place really is creepy, isn't it? Well, being a dead room is probably full of the spirits of the dissected. Actually, there's a rather pleasing scent of roses in the air. Well, being a dead room, the coroner probably needs a bold scent like that to make the odor mask the odor of death. Iris, do you think we could change the subject? Oh, that sound, ugh. What was that? It's definitely like sharpening of knives. Or scalpels, or whatever. Dr. Gory? Yep. What? That noise before. I was sharpening my tools. I'd be dead meat if I didn't keep a perfectly keen edge on them. I don't remember her voice previously. I say that every time any characters reintroduced, I'm sorry. When following the collagen fibers in the dermis, an expertly sharpened scalpel cuts like cheese. Would you like a demonstration? Oh, yes please! I'd love to see! Sounds like a threat. Then I think you'll do nicely. Huh? No! No, I wouldn't do nicely at all. I mean, maybe some other time. Was that a tut? Well, we came here to ask questions, so... Alright, here we go. I guess we examine the room first. Ugh. Owl. That looks like an owl and a crow up there. I know, and they haven't even twitched since we came in here. I love her disappointed look that she gives us. Oh no, they wouldn't have. They're taxidermy mounts, Mr. Ryu. I was afraid you were going to say that. I've been trying very hard to tell myself they're just sleeping with their eyes open. Yes, I think perhaps you are wise to put something like your Daruma doll on display in the office instead. Skeleton boy. Look at this, what a magnificent display case. The cherry wood has been polished to a high sheen and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. We've talked about this before, actually. I think, maybe not. It's 10 people. Pardon? It's made from the bones of 10 different people, all mixed together. Some of my best work. I was admiring the case, actually. The scary skeleton inside is something I intend to ignore as best I can. You're strange. I wonder who is the strangest. Yeah, for sure. Baskets and stuff. This looks different to before. Of course, Mr. Ryu. Miss Gory is a young maiden. She has all sorts of charming little dolls and the like around her place of work. Look. Oh, yes, you're right. Perhaps she's not so strange after all. Learn how I practice. Sorry? Mama always says that operations and dissections require speed and accuracy. So I take out my needle and thread and stitch 3 new dolls every day. Ah, right. I used to make livers or kidneys or intestines, but Mama told me to make something more friendly instead. That's quite different to what I'd imagined. Look at all the bottles on the shelves in these cabinets. What an assortment of chemicals. These ones here are labeled highly toxic. That's worrying because there are also things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there. Oh yes, and they actually say salt and pepper on them. Doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, I suppose. Perhaps she has meals here sometimes. Life goes on even when you're surrounded by death. Interesting. These up here. Those large jars seem to have pale things floating around inside them. Suppose they're fruit liquors or something. or like the pickled umeboshi plums we make back home. Yes, let's assume there's something completely innocent like that. Ah, that jar you're looking at up there contains monkey brains. Oh my! The composition is similar to the human brain, so they make for interesting study material. And in the next jar along, we have monkey... No more monkey anythings. If you say so. Oh dear. The time when I still thought it was just some pickled umeboshi plum seems so long ago already. All these utensils, a table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing? Might be best not to ponder it too deeply. That's Mama's dissection table. It's too high for me, though. It is? If I fell from that height in my sleep, it would really hurt. What? You mean you sleep in here? Autopsy work is very involved. It's usually too late to think about going home when I'm finished. But I have bad dreams when I sleep here, and I always end up falling onto the floor. So I'd like to exchange that table for a lower one. Maybe you should just go home. Creepy! So we already did all this. This all counts as one big thing here. Okay, I think we've about covered everything. This stuff, sewing stuff, skeleton, this stuff. Okay, now we can talk. Okay. We have actually met before. I'm a lawyer, if you remember. You're not dead yet. What? So Mama said I wasn't to cut you open. She's so strict about things like that. Well, good. Dr. Scythe has some scruples at least. Oh dear. It looks like she's not interested in talking to us for the time being, anyway. The time being, you mean until we die? I hope that's a ways off. Come on, tell us. Sorry, but I wasn't planning on dying anytime soon. Zisk. Surely there's some less drastic way of making her listen. Do we just produce the report? Gosh, there's so much evidence. Dr. Gori, we actually came here to ask you about this. He was very good. Good, sorry. His skin didn't snag my blade once. Very little mess. His joints dislocated easily and his muscle tissue was a pleasure to work with. Well, we can skip those details. But there is one thing about the report that's caught my attention. You don't seem to have recorded a time of death. That's not my fault. Oh, that made me jump. Then please, tell us what happened. So, why doesn't this autopsy report include the victim's time of death then? It's really the most crucial detail. I was told not to write it. What? By whom? Male Strongheart, the Lord Chief Justice. He came here. Oh, Strongheart came. He said that from the witness statements about the gunshot and the other evidence, it was obvious. The man clearly died at 5 p.m. on 1st November when the gunshot was heard. That's not the time of death you wrote on the report. You didn't write anything. Was there some reason you didn't include it? Dr. Gori, if you're hiding something under Lord Strongheart's instructions, then sooner or later, you're gonna go to the same way as your mother. Give it here, then. She's gonna write the actual time. What's she scribbling so furiously? There. You've written... What's she written? Tell us! Indeterminate. But... There we go. What do you mean by that? Why was the time of death indeterminate? When the specimen was brought in, it was still fresh, so the time of death could easily have coincided with when the gunshot was heard. But there was one small discrepancy. What discrepancy? There was some fried fish in the pocket of the specimen's overcoat, and that fish had started to rot. What? The victim liked fried fish. He presumably liked to eat it before it went off. Well, yes. What are you really trying to say? It's possible that someone tried to manipulate the apparent time of death. Manipulate the... Is that even possible to do? Theoretically, if you were to chill the body in ice, you could delay the onset of putrefaction. Or putrefaction. What? Putrefaction. Yeah. And if the overcoat wasn't on the body at the time, then only the fish would have started to rot. With today's science, it's not yet possible to determine if the body was chilled or not. Today's science is advanced enough to let you freeze a corpse, it seems. But surely, to chill a corpse like that would require an enormous electrical refrigerator. I don't imagine many households in London are equipped with such a device. No, definitely not. But maybe in a factory? Or some other special places? I don't recall seeing any factories or such like on Fresno Street, though. I wonder if the inspector's body had been chilled somehow. What might the actual time of death have been? I couldn't say for sure. At the most, it might have been a day earlier. No. In other words, it would corroborate your previous deduction, Mr. Ryu. That Inspector Gregson was killed a day before his body was discovered at a different location. Did you inform Lord Strongheart of this possibility? He simply said that there were no electrical refrigerators of that size in the vicinity. Interesting. Oh, yes, one other thing. It's something the governor of Barclay Prison told us. He said that your mother, Dr. Scythe, was responsible for confirming the death of the professor after his execution. The professor... Apparently, you always enjoyed listening to your mother's stories about her work, so we were wondering if you might know something about what happened 10 years ago. That's not all Mama did. Sorry? My Mama carried out the autopsy of Clint Van Zeeks as well. What? Really? The brother of Lord Van Zeeks, the professor's final victim. The idea of carrying out an autopsy on a member of the aristocracy was completely unthinkable back then. But the detective in charge of the investigation insisted, and it was miraculously authorized. We already knew about this. That detective being Inspector Gregson, of course. Quite an accomplishment for one man. That autopsy provided the vital clue needed to arrest the killer. And Mama was there for that historic event. What does all this mean? You know, that amazing autopsy happened right here, in this very room. The professor and Clint Van Zeeks. They both spent their final moments before their burial on that dissection table there. So this lab, Mama's lab, was instrumental in some of the country's most important events. She really is proud of her mother. I wonder if you'd tell us more about exactly what happened back then, Dr. Gory. Alright, let's hear it. The professor's execution was Mama's first big case. She had to be in attendance at Barclay Prison's execution chamber and sign the certificate to confirm the convict's death. Mama is the best coroner in the world, you know. I was so proud of her. The execution didn't actually take place. No, and worse still, Mama actually helped with the jailbreak. I didn't want to know. Oh dear, you found out recently, you mean? I believed in her, in Mama, but now I wonder if I'm starting down the same path as her. You mean because you omitted the time of death on this autopsy report? That's because Lord Strongheart forbade you from including it. Just like Mama, I'm sure she was coerced by somebody too. Yes, that's my feeling as well. There's no doubt that there were powerful forces at play 10 years ago. The execution couldn't have been staged without a lot of people at the prison knowing about it. Obviously, the prison governor must have been in on it as well. The big man with the little handcuffs? According to what he told us, he was tricked by the chief warder. He says he knew nothing about it. Of course he said that. I'd say the same thing. Just who was behind that jailbreak all those years ago? So let's figure out who actually shot the professor whenever he emerged from the coffin. You mentioned the autopsy of Clint Van Zeeks. It was at a time when carrying out autopsies of murder victims was very unusual. It's still not a practice that's observed in our country, even now. Turned out that he was the professor's final victim. When the autopsy was performed, Mama was present, although only as a secondary assistant. The person leading the procedure was called Dr. John H. Wilson. Oh. That's right, my daddy. And there was one other person present, the primary assistant. He was a visiting student from the Far East. Wait, a visiting student? It must have been my father, Eugene Mikatoba. I had no idea Professor Mikatoba was involved in something so important. Interesting. All these characters are involved in this. But the outcome of that historic autopsy was the discovery of a vital piece of evidence that led to the capture of the professor. So that's how they came to identify Genshin Asogi as the infamous mass murderer. Do you happen to know anything about that piece of evidence? Can you tell us any more? Would you like to see the records for yourself? What? Would that be alright? It's gonna be evidence for us too. What's the point of keeping records if people can't look at them? They're filed under V, the back of those cupboards with the other records from the last decade. Thank you. Let's see, Van Zeeks. Oh, that's strange. What, Mr. Ryu? They aren't here. There's nothing under Van Zeeks. There must be. Perhaps somebody took them away? No one's allowed to take documents related to the professor case out of this room. But you're right, they're gone. Well, when was the last time somebody looked at them? Do you remember? It was... Oh yes, I remember now. It was 2 years ago. A consulting detective came one day, saying that he'd like to see the records. No, you don't mean... Herlock Sholmes was his name. Deep down I knew that was coming. Do you think he stole the records? Oh no, surely not. Iris, that can't be right, can it? I don't know, he's hidden things from us before. Iris? Now we have to go talk to him. We're on a wild goose chase of talking to people. Runo, I hope you don't mind, but... What is it, Iris? I just remembered something very important that I have to do. I'm going to have to leave you now. Oh, this is very sudden, Iris. Well, we'll come with you then. Oh, no, there's no need. You and Runo can take your time here. I bet this is one of the things that's in that chest that's in the living room. Bye for now then. Good luck. Wait a minute, little girl. Me? I remember now. You've been here before, haven't you? Have you, Iris? Yes, 2 years ago, when that detective came. You were with him, weren't you? You were a living specimen then, too. That's the way it usually works, yes? Was I? I really don't remember. Anyway, sorry, but I must dash. Wait, Iris. I'll prep a pot for you when you get home. She's definitely going to go hide the documents for some reason. What's the matter with her? She's behaving really strangely all of a sudden. Well, in that case, we won't keep you any longer either. It's been quite a while since I had any visitors. This was really fun. But next time you come, I'd prefer it if you were ready for dissection. I can't make any promises, sorry. Terrifying, girl. It's a bit strange that the records of Plink Van Zieks' autopsy have disappeared. But I think we've asked all we came to ask now. Now we have to go... I'm going to try to go back to the suite. I think that makes sense. Oh, maybe we have to go back to the room. I guess so. Let's see what's in here. We haven't been in here since the trial took a recess, so... This is going to be the last room we do for today. Police are still busily investigating in here, then. But Gina's nowhere to be seen. Where is she? Yes, it has been blissfully quiet, hasn't it? Perhaps she's out investigating on her own. Practicing what her boss taught her. Well, I expect she'll be back before too long. Shall we wait? Actually... There's something different about this room since the last time we were here. Isn't there? I feel like the picture frame is a different color now. Could always use the time to investigate more thoroughly. Photograph of Mrs. Vigil. Realizing the identity of this lady was a very great clue to exposing Mr. Gossip's true identity. He obviously loves his wife very dearly, which is why he felt he couldn't tell her the truth. Transformation was incredible, wasn't it? Just from that big twisted lip. Yes, he went to extraordinary efforts to play the part of Hugh Boone convincingly. Although it didn't really seem like it was much of an effort to me. Now you say it, I have to agree. It's almost as if that was Mr. Vigil's true character. People really are very hard to fathom at times. Okay, so it is still the same. Let's look at the big notice board. There details a case stretching back over 10 years on this notice board. Yes, the history of Lord Van Zieks' defeats in court. I don't think that's an appropriate description. Although, when you consider everything on the board, it's certainly true that all these people had a background of dubious dealings. And in the end, of course, the board itself concealed the inspector's own death. Oh my, it really doesn't bear thinking about. Alright, what else is new? This case seems new. This little trunk wasn't here before, was it? Oh, it appears to be made of metal. It must be very heavy. I wonder to whom it belongs. There's some initials on the outside, look. T.G. Tobias Gregson. Let's ask one of the policemen if they know how it came to be here. Is that our... Yeah. That's my trunk, that is. Hands off. Gina! Where were you hiding? I don't know, you leave something unattended for a few seconds and every Tom, Dick, and Harry's got his greedy eyes on it. Just a wild guess, Gina, but... What? Spit it out, Otto. Is it fair to say that you've only owned that trunk since this morning's trial? What are you trying to say? Come on, this trunk goes with me everywhere, it always has. Where have you been the last year? Trying not to incur your wrath, mainly. Alright, so we gotta talk to her some more about the trunk. You should hear them talk at the yard now. They should be ashamed of themselves. They're saying that it was the boss who killed all them bludgers. Ah, you mean the whole Reaper thing? Yeah. Apparently the boss was investigating stuff that no one else at the yard knew nothing about. Stuff to do with all them criminals what go off scot-free. Yes, the ones prosecuted by Lord Van Zieks who used bribery and corruption to evade conviction. Well then, obviously, it was that bloomin' Reaper giving the orders, wasn't it? But why would people be suspecting Inspector Gregson of being involved in the killings? There was a notebook in his office. Oh no, this doesn't sound good. It had details about all the crimes that had been pegged as the Reaper's work. What? No, did you see it, Gina? Did you see that notebook? They wouldn't flamin' let me. Because I'm just an apprentice, apparently. It's probably just Gregson investigating the Reaper. But it was me who found it, and you and my boss. That's right. I was pretty miffed about it, so I sneaked a peek at what it said anyway. Oh! That's our Gina. So, you managed to see what was written in Gregson's secret notebook anyway, did you? The way I see it, it's my right to read what he wrote. And what had he written, Gina? Dates, times, places, names, and a long list of them. All details about the bloodshed supposed to have been done by the Reaper. But there could be an explanation for that. Perhaps it was a record of the Inspector's investigations into the Reaper's activities. Exactly, that's what I said. That's the first thing you'd think, right? As it happens, it was full of names I recognized anyway. Well, the Reaper's targets were almost exclusively known leaders of London's criminal underworld. Well, yeah, but there was one name right at the end that was a bit odd. The end of the list, you mean? Pretty sure the date against it was 31st October. Oh, the day before the Inspector was found dead! So, what was the odd name? It weren't like a name I've ever seen before. It was something like, Nah, no good. I can't remember it. I don't think it was an English name, put it that way. Oh dear. What a pity. There was something else too. I don't know if it matters. The same name kept coming up over and over. Japanese name. Shin, it was. Oh, it's a Shin. Yeah. Don't suppose it means anything, but... Did you say Shin? Huh? What does it mean something? Lord Van Zeeks knew the name too. He mentioned her as well. The woman who actually did the deeds. And now, we find out her name appeared in Gregson's secret notebook. Very good. We haven't seen you for a little while, have we, Gina? Well, of course not. I've been busy, ain't I? Investigating that. The lads at the yard are trying to trace the boss's movements the day before it happened. Day before, that would be the undercover investigation into the Red-Headed League, then. Only the boss didn't go, did he? He found some cove what was pretending to be him, didn't you, Otto? Yes, it was Mr. Vigil who actually went to the park on Lime Street that day, posing as Gregson. Well, anyway, you ain't the only one turning stuff up. I've got my own ways of getting results. Got the dog that sniffs. When me and me partner here get together, there's nothing we can't track down. Oh, little Toby. He's such a faithful friend. So have you tracked anything down then? What do you think, eh? Of course we have. Can't tell you though, police business, innit? Anyway, the point is, if you lot ever need any help, you know who to turn to, right? Me and the Hellhound here. Right, because he looks oh so hellish, honest. Gina, about your Hellhound there. Chief Inspector Toby, you mean? He's the pride of the force, he is. Japanese police dog means something quite different, and not altogether nice to those involved in crime. But here in Britain, it's a wonderful compliment it seems for a canine at least. Should be, after all. In the great exhibition case the other day, it was Toby here who managed to locate Drebber's workshop. Maybe it's time for another demonstration of what this super dog can do, eh? Do we have something the Chief Inspector could catch the sense of, I wonder? Oh, I wonder if we do the wig.
Take that!
Well, Chief Inspector Toby, if you wouldn't mind having a sniff of this. He might be a little too keen, don't you think? This is good. Chief Inspector made short work of Gina there. Ah, look what he's gone to. Oh my, that trunk clearly still has a very strong scent of Inspector Gregson. In other words, it must have belonged to him. Well, obviously. What's inside it? Alright, it's a fair cop, I suppose. You nearly got away with it, too. You always talk so proudly of Chief Inspector Toby's nose and what it can achieve. Did it not cross your mind that he might identify something that was right next to us? Yeah, that was a bit of a bloomer, wasn't it? That's enough now then, Gina. Yeah? I think it's time you told us the truth about that trunk. Yes, what's inside. It weren't like that, it just weren't. What are you talking about? I know what's going through that head of yours, but that ain't what happened. Alright then, what did happen? Well, like I said before, we were trying to trace the boss's movements. So I let Toby here have a whiff of the boss's overcoat, and as soon as I done that, he went off like a shot. Straight to that sandwich. To a sandwich, not to a bag of chips? Mr. Ryu, I believe Genie means the witness. Oh, I forgot about that sandwich. Yeah, he had it hidden somewhere between the wooden boards of the boss's trunk. Interesting. You mean when they heard the sound like a gunshot and all piled in here? Exactly. He nabbed it from the scene. Goodness. Me and the Chief Inspector gave that sandwich a good grilling, and you know what he said? Hey, my fetch a good price, and the trap wouldn't be needing it anymore, so... But that's all I did, nothing more, nothing less. Would you Adam and Eve the cheek of it, eh? Stealing the dead boss's stuff to flog. So Miss Venus wasn't the only one to meddle with the scene of the crime, then. How could they? So anyway, that's how it happened. It's a pretty decent trunk, so I figured I might as well make use of it. Is there something wrong with that, eh? Well? Maybe you and Mr. Sandwich should try to find the answer to that question together. You can tell us what's in the trunk, though? I think perhaps that trunk should be turned over to the police, don't you? What are you on about? I am the police. Gina, if you wouldn't mind, could we maybe examine it? Yeah, alright then. Do you what you want with it. Thank you. We shall make a detailed record of our examination of the evidence. What's the matter with Toby? Why is he acting so aggressively towards me all of a sudden? Mr. Ryu, be careful. It must be the trunk. Oh my god. Terrible. Toby, what are you doing? You're gonna lick his face off. Mr. Ryu, Mr. Ryu! Gina, quickly, hail a carriage! Are we going to the hospital? Oh my goodness. Oh, we're at home. Alright, this is where we're going to stop today as well. At home, tea brewing, recovering from the dog attack, and we're going to check out the trunk next time. And we're going to see how that goes. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all are amazing. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Make sure you take care of others. I'll see you next time. Peace out.